Speaking of position players, Endy Rodríguez. As Donnie alluded to, he saw Dr. Neil Elatraj, who was the surgeon of record, with his right elbow and forearm. It was confirmed that the diagnosis is right elbow inflammation. To help that inflammation, a PRP injection occurred earlier this week by Dr. Todd Franco, our team physician, and the recommendation is 4 weeks no throw, and then we'll reassess at that time. But you're probably looking at an 8-week return for Endy. Endy's transitioned his rehab to Florida. He's in good spirits. Yes, he is frustrated, which anybody would be, considering what he went through to get back. But we are hopeful that this PRP injection will calm the inflammation down and hopefully get him back sooner than later. Any questions on Endy before we continue on with other position players?
Is this something that's going to linger, hang around? Are you going to be cognizant of his elbow moving forward? Is he a quote unquote, for lack of a better term, high risk guy for elbow injuries?
Monitor, yes. As we review the whole scope of the rehab and the playing, and we connected with our skill set coaches, we did identify some things potentially in the throwing mechanics to avoid this in the future. So that's something when he does begin to throw again, we're hopeful we have a different way forward for him to avoid any future elbow inflammation.
Given that he saw Dr. Elatraj, who performed the original TJ surgery, is that as much of a concern? I mean, there's inflammation there, obviously, but is the UCL intact, or is there any concerns about potential need for a second surgery or even internal brace?
Yeah, good question. I mean, the best practice is always to send the athlete back to the surgeon of record, which in this case, Dr. Elatraj is one of the world-renowned surgeons in all of sport, just not baseball. As of right now, the recommendation is the rest and rehab, and we'll progress from there.
Can he swing a bat?
Great question as well. Consideration for swinging the bat will be in about 3 weeks, and that would be from the left side only. Other position players, Valdez, he's about 1 month or 4 weeks post-op, continues to work on range of motion. He's down with our rehab group in Bradenton, being very diligent with his rehab as well. Transitioning to the pitchers, Tim Mayza and Justin Lawrence, different injuries, but they ironically missed about 8 weeks of throwing. They started throwing late last week. They continue to throw this week. They just played catch this afternoon, out to about 75 feet. Early indications, early responses are very positive. They'll probably be in this flat ground phase for a little bit, since they haven't thrown for about 8 weeks. Colin Holderman, we transitioned his rehab down to Florida. He threw a bullpen the other day. The initial response was very, very positive. The goal for Colin would be to throw a live BP by the end of this week, and maybe another one next, and we'll reassess steps after he gets those 2 live BPs in. And finally, Jared Jones, he's about a month out. A notable rehab standpoint, he did get discharged from the brace at the 4-week mark, so his range of motion continues to come back, and then we'll eventually begin some strengthening exercises. But Jared is dominating the early phases of his rehab.
What about Johan Oviedo?
Johan Oviedo, thank you, Hannah. He is in the sim game portion of his rehab. He'll be about in that portion for about 2 weeks. He threw 1 sim game, no issues. Aside in between that cycle, again, no issues. So he's doing very, very well.
Have you been able to let him go full velocity in those sim games? I know you had been monitoring that prior.
Yeah, we're still optimistic that we can encourage him to use a governor per se and have a gradual progression versus a rapid spike. But as we've spoken to in the past, Johan is a competitor like most of these guys, and giving them recommendations, and when they see a batter, whether it's the same color uniform or different color uniform, it can be challenging at times. Most importantly, he's responding to the workload.
Will Lawrence and Mayza be going through the same steps of rehab at the same time? Like, I know they're both playing catch right now. Will that continue throughout the next several weeks? They just go through the same steps at the same time?
Ironically, it worked out well for them that they did not throw for 8 weeks, through at least the flat ground phase of it, out to 90, 120 feet, and then we'll probably have different conversations.
You said up to 75 feet today they were playing catch?
That's correct, yes.
I'm not sure if you mentioned Dauri Moreta. He obviously came off the injured list this week. When to that decision, and where is he right now in terms of his health? coming back from what he's been going through, obviously.
He's healthy. He is down with the AAA club. He is pitching. No different, no parameters, no restrictions. He is a normal bullpen arm in AAA. Good. Thanks, everybody.